Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Chad, and we're back here on some more multiverses. So we have a new top dog in the running for literally the cutest character I have ever seen in this entire game. I mean, look at him. So with the new update being out, new character, there's obviously a ton of patch notes, but I can do it like real quickly. All right, hitbox, hurtbox update. Basically, I explained this before. Basically, the way that the game recognizes when characters have applied damage or taken damage, and then, you know, it applies all the other stuff. Before, every character was just like a cylindrical jelly bean or like a pill or some shit. Now, it actually stretches and reacts to your character's movement, which changes a shit ton of the hitboxes and obviously hurtbox interactions. So, projectile system update. This doesn't really change that much for me. Basically just says there's like kind of like a priority system where if you have a big projectile against a little projectile, the big one will win. Arya got some changes. Batman got some fixes. Batman is in such a weird spot. Tear down special knockback angle changed to send victims more horizontally. I don't know if that's gonna help or hurt his his combo game that he's usually doing, but it might also help with his kill potential. Bugs Bunny changes. This is what I'm talking about. I said I hope they gut the shit out of my character just so everyone leaves me alone. You're gonna lose to him anyway. Now take that beating like a warrior. Air up special is just rockets. They've just talked about how they're classifying them. They've always been a heavy projectile, but now they actually have like a name for it and everything. You know, the safe is also considered a heavy projectile. It has HP though, so more often than not, you can break it much more consistently than you could the rocket. Recovery land cancel window delayed by 2 frames for his down smash. Air up attack. Okay, so this was the biggest one. Bugs Bunny's biggest issue was the fact that that baseball bat hitbox was crazy strong. The down attack was pretty strong, but there are other down attacks in the game that have a bit more range. Bugs Bunny's down air attack, even though people do spam it, don't get me wrong, it's kind of stubby. So, you know, with the hitbox changes and stuff, this can change completely. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm worried about with this hitbox change, that a lot of these nerfs and stuff that the characters had already received in previous patches before this update is gonna result in those characters potentially being even worse off than they had intended, or in some cases, even better. So the whole meta can shift with this whole change. So they hurt his baseball bat by getting rid of some of the active frames on it. Would also usually hit behind Bugs Bunny whenever he would swing. Same thing with like Superman and a couple other characters. Recovery land cancel window has been delayed 3 frames. I don't even know what that means. The biggest issue with Bugs Bunny is that he still has crazy infinite loops. I think all the infinite loops should probably be removed out of the game. People get carried out from 0 to, you know, death or whatever by certain characters. Now, Bugs Bunny doesn't necessarily have a 0 to death, but looping with him, number one, it's not hard to loop on any of the characters. Not even Harley Quinn. Shaggy can loop, Bugs can loop, Harley can loop. They reduce his weight, which is fine. I mean, 50 is still a lot in comparison to some other characters, so I mean, they nerfed his coming through Doc's signature perk. I already used the heart perk instead, so Harley got a small speed buff about by 50 or whatever. I mean, there are other characters in the game that have way more than this, like Batman is like over 2200 or some shit. I don't even know what Bugs Bunny's is. Nerfs to Iron Giant because his win rate is out of control. Morty's got a bunch of extra buffs because he underperformed like crazy. It seems to be the case with the majority of new characters that come out. They struggle a lot. On a lot of other games, like when there's a new weapon or a new champion in like League or something like that, it's pretty well known that they are usually more often than not strong off the start than weaker. Braun hasn't been good since the start. Morty hasn't been good since the start. They gave him all these buffs. I don't know exactly what he needed, but he definitely needed help, that's for sure. Rain Dog nerf. Holding down and dodging no longer cancels into the next attack as quickly to prevent extremely rapid firing of the projectile attack. So that's actually kind of like a big nerf to Rain Dog. Makes the up attack a little bit stronger, but this right here was a part of like the bread and butter combo of, or not even combo, but like the pressure of Rain Dog. So this kind of sucks for Rain Dog players. Any good Steven that I run into, I mean, it's just all respect from me. I really do enjoy like running into Steven players. I know a lot of people are like weird against Steven Universe or whatever, but I don't dislike the character, I don't dislike the show. And if I could pick up any secondary character, I probably would have picked up Steven. Superman nerfs, just keep nerfing him. I don't give a shit. I had to tell anybody to play any character in this game that has never even played or touched a video game in their life. I would tell them to play Superman or Iron Giant. And then we got this cute little guy, Gizmo. So, all right, first things first, Bugs Bunny player. What's the thing that people hate the most about Bugs Bunny? I mean, you can still, it didn't change anything. Okay, so one thing about Bugs Bunny is that his baseball bat would usually be able to hit behind him. Because technically the hitbox, you can see like the little swoosh effect. It goes straight through him now, which is good. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, and that hit. We'll have to see if Bugs Bunny is still considered to be too much. I mean, the whole meta can shift with the fact that, like, all of these moves that we're used to being able to, like, avoid and know exactly, or at least have a rough idea of where that hitbox is, so much can change. Oh, look at him! is that? They're very, very big moves, though, because I'm not even touching my character to move right here. Look how much distance he covers. He almost moves half of the stage just by doing... You can charge this little arrow. It also has some fire on the end of it. It does 4 damage. It ticks all the way up to what, 10? Yeah, it does 10 damage. That's actually pretty good. Oh, he's got a big uppercut. So you have to get 8 stacks in order to silence them. I mean, I think silence would be strong, kind of, maybe against certain characters, but silence isn't always useful in every scenario. Like, as Bugs Bunny, I literally don't give a shit if you silence me. I don't care. I have baseball bat. I have my neutral. Like, it doesn't matter. I have my loops. Shaggy, same thing. Unless you're like a Shaggy that loves spamming, you know, that sidekick or whatever, it really doesn't change anything, and you have to do a lot to make that happen. Look at that. So I can spawn all these, right? And they're kind of like tracking, sort of. Doesn't seem like his knockback is very crazy. Doesn't seem like Gizmo's like killing options are that crazy. So they added Gizmo to the game. I think I'm gonna try out testing, you know, Bugs Bunny just for these games or whatever, just so, you know, I can kind of get a feel for the game in general at this point now. I've experienced and basked in the glory of all of his crazy broken hitboxes. Now that the hitboxes are mostly changed, hopefully, we'll see where everybody lands. The level 30 LeBron, poor guy. That is so fucking stupid, this dog.
A little tragedy.
Get the fuck out.
Arrivederci.
Get out of my zone.
Oh.
Nope.
Nice.
Victory!
Now, I don't know if it's the update or maybe my computer's just acting up, but I swear I feel like I'm playing in like 30 FPS instead of 60. Everything feels slower for some reason. Like, even this looks fucked up. Something's weird. I've noticed some weird interactions, but I don't know if it's because of my frame rate. Yeah, I don't know. The game feels less responsive for some reason. I don't know why it feels so slow right now. Let's try to do it in full screen and see if maybe if it helps. But I swear it feels like I'm playing on like a 2-bar or a 1-bar. It feels like my movements are like delayed or something. It's strange. I didn't even feel like I got to like actually interact with the game at all right there. Had nothing to do with who we were playing against or what their characters were. It was like the way the game felt. Like that, right there.
You fight well.
Aim for the fences. Oop.
Like right delayed. It's weird. It's like the game is trying to take a moment to realize that I've even hit the guy.
Chicken burn if I have to.
Like, why is she moving like that? It's so weird. I've never seen this. She's teleporting.
Victory!
Yeah, I'm getting mad. I don't know. There's like, you guys are seeing it. There's like some weird shit where your character connects like on your screen, and then it feels like this is like a netcode issue now at this point. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But new updates out, Gizmo is out. Literally the cutest thing that is in this video game. So, enjoy.